Welcome to Math 24/7. Today is 7th grade surface area, lesson 4, surface area of pyramids. All right, so I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. There we go. So we've talked about prisms and a little bit different. We're on a little bit different shapes now. We're going to do pyramids. And pyramids are composed of a base and triangular faces. Okay, the pyramid is named by the shape of its base, just like when we were doing the prisms. And we have some little bit new terminology. It's called the lateral height. Lateral height. And it looks like this cursive L here. And it's the slant height. So in here, this is your lateral height. Lateral. See how it's kind of slanted in each one of those? And it's the height of the triangular face. And they could all be the same, or if the triangles are different, they'll be different heights. So let me go through here. This is the base. This would be the base. This is our base. And this middle piece is our base. Let me kind of color those in. And so the next piece we're going to talk about is this one right here is the lateral height. Lateral height. Sorry, my lines are not straight. And lateral height. So we name each of these by the base shape. So this is a rectangle, and we know it's a pyramid because it only has one base and it has triangular faces. So this is a rectangular pyramid. This is a square in the middle. This is a square pyramid. Pyramid, not writing. This one is a triangular pyramid. And this one is also a triangular pyramid. The only difference is these are all the same size triangles. This side, and the back side are probably most likely different size pyramid. Can't talk and write at the same time, I guess. All right, so let me pull this up a little bit too. Okay. So we're going to decompose this net into shapes that we know, complete the table, and find, we want the total surface area. So right down here, total. Okay, so decompose, remember, means to take apart. So the two shapes, this is shape 1, which is base times height. That's how we find a square or a rectangle. And these are going to be 2, and they're all the same. That's base times height divided by 2. So if we were to put our values in for our base and height, it would be 7 times 7. And there's only one of those, so that is 49. This one is 7 times 7 7 times 6. The height is 6, the base is 7, divided by 2. And there are actually 4 of them. So when we multiply those out, times 2, so that's going to be 42 times 2 is 84, and 84 and 49 is 133 millimeters squared is our total surface area. So you could, this would end up being 21 times 3, which is 4, which is 84. I just did it all in one step. Next one, we're going to do the same thing, decompose this net. Now this net has 3 different shapes. 2 are the same shape, but they have different dimensions. So we're going to call this one 1. So this is our rectangle, base times height. We'll call this one 2. That's base times height divided by 2. We'll call this one number 3, base times height divided by 2. All right, so we'll start with our base. Our base is 6 times 10, and that is 60. Number 2 is a 6 by 9 divided by 2. Now, you can do this after or you can do it right now. I'm going to times that by 2 because there's 2 of them. Now, hopefully you can see, and I made this a fraction because if you multiply fractions, you can do some canceling. If not, do 6.9 divided by 2, then times it by 2, and it'll come out the same way. So that's both this one and this one. And then we also have base 3, which is, oops, I'm sorry, it was the wrong one. 10 by 8 divided by 2 times 2. And so those two triangles are worth 80. And if we add those all together, 194, and this is feet squared. All right, on this one, we've got to, let me pull this up a little bit too. So as you can see, we got the pyramid, we got the lateral surface area, then the total. So remember, lateral is all the sides minus the base. Total is obviously all of them, including the base. So I'm going to pull this up so you can just see all the numbers. And we have 3 different pyramids. So let's start by finding these two. So we have a 7. Oops. So this one is a 4 times 7.3 divided by 2. And there are 2 of them, okay? And so if we divide that by 2 and then time, whoops, I'm on the wrong point 3. Those two triangles together, these 2 triangles together equal 29.2. And then this is 10 and 10 because 4 times 5 divided by 2 is 10, and we have 2 of those. So we're going to add 20 to that. So those added together equal 49.2. And then I'm going to add the base to it. And the base is 7.3 times 4. I need to erase that. So the 7.3 times 4, let me do it on my calculator, 29.2. So if we add those together, we go up to 78.4, okay? Next we have 64 in the middle because that's easy to do. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And then we have an 8 by 6 divided by 2. So that means this triangle is, that's 48 divided 24. So each one of these is 24. So lateral surface area is 24 times 4, which is 96. And if we add the base to it, 64, we end up with 160. The next one, our lateral surface area, it looks like we have 2 that are this size, 2 that are this size. So 4.5 times 4 divided by 2 times 2. So it's going to be 4.5 times 4 divided by 2 times 2. Those cancel out. So I'm just going to do 4.5 times 2. I'm sorry, times 4. 4.5 times 4. And so these together are 18. And so this one is a 7 by 3. So I know that I don't have to divide it by 2 if I do like this. So 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 18 is 39. So 39. And then we're going to add our base, which is 7. 7 times 4.5. 7 times 4.5. 7 times 4.5. I'm doing that on my calculator. Plus 31.5. We add those together, 70.5. And that's how we get the total. So all I'm doing is adding the base to each of my laterals in order to get the total. So if you have the total, minus the base, and you'll get your laterals. All right. A regular triangular pyramid has 4 congruent faces. That means if we find this one, we can just multiply it by 4. What is the total surface area? Well, let's go. Base times height. So 9 times 6.9 divided by 2, and then we have to times that by 4. So let's do this part. 9 times 6.9 divided by 2 is 31.05. And since I have 4 of them, I'm going to multiply that by 4, and I get 124.2. And on this last one, I'm going to give you a hint and tell you they gave you way too much information. It says a square pyramid has triangular faces. Yep, makes sense. Each with a base of 8. So that means these sides are all 8. A height of 14. And the total surface area is 288. What is the area of the base? So the question is, what is the area of the base? Well, the base is this part. And we know it's an 8 by 8, so you don't need all that other stuff. The base is 64 inches squared. And I know it's inches because it tells us there. All right, if you think you're good to go, you may go on to the homework. If not, let me know if I can answer any questions before you start. Have a great day.